everybody.
Up? How is
Hello.
it going? Happy Saturday. Welcome on into the Legion of Memers meme stream. I'll be the host for today's episode as our leader, creator, and founder, No Green Rocks, is battling a little bit of post-meetup con crud, as I like to call it. So we got a little bit of a light crew today, but we're going to have a good show.
Is it con crud, or did he actually catch dermaids?
He might have gotten dermaids.
Both. A bit of both.
I mean, Jeremy was just twerking on everybody. He might have been tweaking.
AIDS from Jeremy and Gary. Both got AIDS.
This is a good opportunity for any memers out there to take that old commercial for AIDS, AIDS.
Weight loss drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got AIDS, not HIV, but flow-borne AIDS.
And then just Jeremy looking sad.
Yeah. Oh.
No, but don't be sad because we are here. We are here to deliver some much needed laughs on today's as we end out the week on Saturday. Before we get started, let's give a shout out to our affiliate, Coffee Brand Coffee. Actually, I don't have the video clip in here, but I just want to remind you all that you can use code HAILTHELOM on coffeebrandcoffee.com to get 10% off your order. They've got coffee, tea, and cocoa. It's good stuff. I personally drink it. I recommend it. I recommend the blueberry cobbler. It's really good. So use that code. You'll help out the Legion, and you also help out a small business. So thank you, Jeremy, for giving us an affiliate link. And let's get into it, find out how everybody's doing. Oculus, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty well. I did one of my memes posting on Friday Night, which was kind of good. And I'm looking forward to the show.
Hell yeah, man.
Tiny again.
Hell yeah. And CJ, you've had a hell of a week.
I did. I had Paul Chatto from The Frantics on my show Thursday, which is kind of a childhood dream of mine because for me, I put them right up there with Monty Python and SNL, SCTV as some of the funniest comedy you'll ever watch or hear.
Paul's a great guy. I mean, he's really funny.
Sweet, really fun. Yeah. He was doing impressions on my show, which was fantastic. Found out he's a weeb, which is awesome to know. He's just as nerdy as the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have him on.
Yeah, now I'm going to be working on it.
Oh, definitely.
Not only that, I love how insightful he is. I just like when he talks about film and gives his insider information, for his experience having worked in the industry. I really love hearing guys like him and Chris Gore talk about the inside baseball of what goes on and give their perspective. It's just entertaining is all get out, really. Guess that leaves me. I've had a pretty good week myself. Tuesday, I got the guest on Side Scrollers. I was there with Razor Fist. It was a great conversation. So if you haven't seen it, go check that out. The day before that, Rox and I actually got to guest on Based AF Monday. Had Adam ask us both to come on. We had some really good conversations with Adam, Flawed, Andreas, and Call. It was just really good conversations all around there. We had a lot of fun. Now I'm here. And also, I think everybody's probably seen, Skirmitar. I guess this is happening. So, were you guys aware of Putt Putt Week?
No, what is that?
So, I created some lore inadvertently. I've been watching a lot of Gronk on Dogs and, the great guys over there, Lethal Lightning, Cream NATO, Nasmer, Mazza. And, Mazza just struggles with reading the super chats. And I said, Mazza needs some edutainment games. He needs something like Putt Putt, Freddy Fish, Hooked on Phonics. And he got really excited at first. He's like, oh, yeah, Putt Putt, golf with friends, baby. Let's go. So I started gifting him Putt Putt games, and he accepted them. And he goes to play one on stream. He's like, this is the most autistic piece of shit I've ever played in my life. And it was a really entertaining stream, which he rage quit at the end of it. So I upped the ante. I gifted him even more Putt Putt games, and it completely triggered him. So we made an agreement, like we brokered it through Lethal and I, that if he played an entire week's worth of Putt Putt games, and well, first it was if he beat Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, I was going to gift him Stalker 2. And then it was if he played a week and beat a week worth of putt-putt games, I would give him Stalker 2 Ultimate. And to his credit, he did it. The funniest thing was, because it's Maz's birthday all day, every day, I gifted him Putt-Putt and Pep's birthday surprise. And that game wouldn't run. So in its place, I gifted him Putt-Putt's Balloon-O-Rama. And that fucking thing ended up being a 3-hour long game. Normally, these are like 45-minute point-and-click kid adventure games. And he was so miffed that this game was 4 hours long, or 3 hours long, because he also played Goes to the Moon in the same sitting. Well, he did it. So now, to Skirmitar's thing, I said, because Maz's like now thinking he can get Space Marine 2 out of me. So he had his introduction to Chris Chan today. I've been out running errands all day. After this show, I'm going to go watch the full Aussie because I want to see how that went. But I said, if Mazza wears the Chris Chan Sonichu medallion on all streams, solid streams, for a month, I will get him Space Marine 2. But he's got to wear that medallion, and it's got to be visible. Except on his channel when he's streaming. Then I don't care. But on Gronking and on Aussie, he's got to wear it. So I guess if that was discussed, then I'll be sending him that necklace.
Yep.
And I've also been doing a bit of drawing. We are supposed to have RaikenNight on. I'm not sure if he's running behind or running late. I did DM him. He's got the links, so hopefully he'll be joining us in just a few. Let's check in and see what's popping off in chat. We got Skirmitar saying late again. Yes, we were late and we were gay today.
To see if we have any more people on, so we wouldn't be gay.
We've got Metastep going ree. We've got D-Day McLean with a hail. We've got Release the McCracken with a wave. We've got Dino Rama coming in saying, Hail the Legion, so we're on FNT time today. Yes, we are on FNT time.
Yes.
We've got Cell Shade saying, Hail the Legion, I hope everyone had a good time in Vegas. I would have had a good time if I got to go, but I am going to Dallas.
That's nice.
Are you going to Dallas, Oculus?
No, I just like to stay hidden and just monitor what's going on.
CJ, are you going?
I'm planning on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my wife and I are both planning on going. She's putting in.
It's only like a 4.5 hour drive for me. So.
Oh, nice. We got John Connors coming in and saying, wait, John's getting drawn. So I got to color John's drawn, so that'll be ready for the next episode of Gronkin. We've got Skirmitar saying, where is No Green Rocks the dog? He is sick, unfortunately. I talked to him. He sounds awful, so I hope he's getting some rest.
He got caught by the AIDS from Gary.
He did get those AIDS.
Full-blown AIDS. Not HIV, but just full-blown AIDS.
Last Toxic Mail coming in with Extra Dub. Extra Dub is my new nickname across the Gronking sphere, as Mazza definitely likes to dial in his Trumpisms. He's like, he's extra dumb cunt. And Extra Dub was born out of it. Got Mo Zamboni saying, what's up, Legion? Good to see you in here, Mo. We've got a serious man saying, hello there.
Hello there.
4 hours playing putt-putt and hashtag Mazza. The best part is Mazza now was exclaiming. I watched like the first 10 minutes of Full Aussie, and he's like, oh, I own him now. It's like, no, dude, I got you to play like 8 hours of a children's game over for a game that's not out until September 5th.
Yep.
So Jay saying, I still need to see that TFA from this morning. That intro this morning is fantastic. John saying, oh boy, looking forward to that Tuesday then. It'll be ready. And Cell Shade coming back saying, I guess whatever No Green Rocks caught in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas. No, it did not.
Not at all.
No, that's the only thing that you ever take with you from Vegas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. He still hasn't seen.
Got a little bit of the heavy.
Yep.
And John coming back saying, I listened to all of this Full Aussie special. I'm opening my scotch for the rare times I do. That has to be a doozy then. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see. We were running errands this morning, so yeah, I unfortunately, running errands. We also saw Godzilla Kong. Did either of you guys see that yet?
No. I just seen clips of Kong throwing around the baby and hitting it. So
I liked the Monarch stuff, but this movie was rough.
Well, it's only for little kids, anyways. Because I know there's two types of Godzilla, more like the goofy, silly stuff, and more of the serious, dark tone.
I like the goofy, silly stuff, but this was like a Michael Bay level of goofy.
Why? Well, what's an example?
So one of the big examples is there's this rival ape named the Scar King.
Yeah.
And he's like the big bad in the movie. So like the whole plot is Godzilla's in Hollow Earth trying to find his place in the world. And he gets in this confrontation. He finds out that the Scar King has kind of enslaved the other apes to work in these mines. And when Kong tries to liberate those apes, the Scar King retaliates, and he's got like this Godzilla-like lizard that has ice powers, and it like gives his arm frostbite. Like, so his right arm gets hit and gets this bad case of frostbite. And like in the like when the people from Monarch find him, like the little girl not from the first movie, but from the last movie, the Godzilla versus Kong movie, the deaf girl that talks to them through sign language. Like they reunite, and like one of the scientists is like, oh, well, the base that they had in Hollow Earth, we actually had a prototype that would help them. It was like something like
power armor.
Yeah. So basically they had this power armor arm specifically for the right arm. And specifically it had this like serum in it that cures frostbite. So like, it was like, oh, what a great coincidence that we have this underground here a mile away, and we can just airlift it and plop it on his arm, and now he's like strong enough to fight everybody. It was like all kinds of convoluted. It would have been better if it wasn't a Godzilla movie at all, because Godzilla's only in it for like 8 minutes.
Well, it's just mostly a King. Kong sequel.
Yeah. Well, it should have just been a Kong movie.
Yeah. I'd rather, because instead of that, I'm just looking forward to that Planet of the Apes sequel.
Oh yeah, that looked good. We got a preview for that prior, and that actually looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the trilogy, but I feel like it's going to lead into the original Planet of the Apes. Mark my words.
Oh, it definitely is. Like there's imagery there in the trailer that looks to be the Statue of Liberty.
Well, no, well, I feel like eventually, maybe in the sequel or even the third one, it'll have the humans in there, the astronauts landing Earth. Yeah,
because they did that in they had the headline in, I think, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes about the
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's what it was. Yeah. So yeah, I think they'll get to that point.
They will.
Yeah. We got Tris coming in saying CJP looks different with the cap.
Yeah, but I look worse without it, so you know. Well, as worse as worse can get. So. Yeah.
So.
It's like putting a fedora on the Elephant Man.
All right, let's get into some community stuff here. Did you guys see the new template for Drunk 3PO?
No. What's the template? Is it
so
weird and gay?
So our favorite simp, Cloud, came up with this template. He said, "Thanks, Drunk 3PO, for being unprepared. Fellow memers, you know what you can do." And we get this template.
Oh, that's a lot of ass.
That's no moon.
Is he making Dermy workout?
No. Oh God, that could be the case. We've never seen Dermy. We've never seen like anything other than selfies from Dermy's workouts. And Cloud dropped even more templates.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's been working on these yet, but go give Cloud. It's XX Cloud with a 0 UD 1990. Give him a follow. Check out those templates. and get to work on them. We got Ruben coming in saying, "Dear God, no."
Oh God.
There's a bad moon on the rise.
So do a little bit more community stuff. So there were some awesome goodies that were given out in in Vegas. And X-Ray Girl highlighted these, and I had that little slip there because we're gonna have even more stuff to give out in Dallas. So
is that in June, right?
That's in June.
Okay.
So here you can see some of the various swag, as well as some Legion swag. We've got the license to meme, and we've got the I don't know what this card is here. I think it might be a patch actually. But we'll have various stuff to give out. We'll have some t-shirts available, so we'll be working that out. We originally were going to be giving away a Legion shirt today. However, we're going to be doing that next week on the stream through Flagrant Triggers. So, but we will have some shirts and whatnot at that meetup. So stay tuned for that. And also, I actually have some community stuff on my end this week. So I've been back to drawing. And I've been working on drawing various people in the community. And I started off with the cast of Gronking. So I started off drawing Mazza.
This looks like a 1-800-Denki style drawings.
And he was my inspiration to get back into this between Denki and Meat Canyon. I just wanted to draw. Yeah.
I just had to point out the bitch tits are hilarious.
Yes. Lethal said his favorite part was the elbows. And I mean, for me, my favorite was just his little Furby on top of his desktop there. Then I drew Lethal. Kind of gave him a little piece of.
It's like a sleazy 70s DJ. Here on KPRR, we're gonna listen to the sexy sounds.
Probably a character from GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oslo.
Release of McGregor saying olive oil eyebrows or elbows. Yes, that was my goal for months. Then we've got the Cream NATO, who we had on a couple weeks ago.
Kind of looks like Tiny Tim ballooned.
He does. My favorite of the four is Nazmir.
Now I can think of as the Goomba from Super Mario Brothers in the 90s.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make him look like an emu and human hybrid. And I love the fact that Naz has also embraced these. And he's not only made this his profile picture, but he's also turned it into a React, which is just absolutely hilarious. And I've started moving on to the rest of the full Aussie cast. I've got Mr. Grant Gregory done.
Oh, I'm sad and depressed.
I love because Grant actually reached out to me. He's like, do you do commissions? And I was like, dude, if you want to be drawn, I'll just draw you. And he's like, yeah, excited. He's like, I want to design it myself to put on the shirt. And I was like, yeah, I'll draw you. And so I started drawing him. I was like, how do I make a picture of Grant funny? And I was like, I can either kind of like make him look like Droopy the dog, or I can just have him look like he, yeah,
who's about ready to end everything.
Yeah. And of course, people keep, they like kind of start looking into the background and go, oh God, who is that? But yeah,
you used to train the AI.
Exactly. And I've also got Kenzo animating these. So let me pull that up. So Kenzo actually was able to animate Cream. And so Kenzo and I are going to be working together on some animated projects coming out. And let me share this one. So he found this clip of Cream out of context.
Yeah, I paid for a male prostitute.
Just a little. It's still shady saying now. I just hear Mr. Plinkett from Grant. Now, if you can get Mr. Plinkett with an Australian accent, that would be something. Give me some of those pizza bagels. I don't know how that would really go.
Let me shove them in my mouth for you.
Let me
eat it slowly and steadily. Oh, yeah.
A guy named Bill Seisman said brevity is the soul of wit. He probably would just sound like the Democracy Manifest guy, I think.
Like, which guy? From
you know, the guy getting arrested eating his succulent Chinese meal?
Oh, yeah.
Are you touching my penis, sir?
Stop touching it, will you?
That's one of the greatest arrest videos of all time.
What? Stop touching my penis?
No, seriously, he's berating these cops.
Yeah, he. There was no reason for him to get arrested either.
No,
they legit had the wrong guy.
Yeah,
and he was literally just trying to eat a Chinese lunch with his wife.
Crazy times.
We got a really good one from Core member. I got to share out. So
from the
Core
FNT
member
thread.
This is not from the FNT thread. Core member shared this out on his own, and he has taken Gary, and I can't play the audio, but we can at least show a little bit of this footage here. If you're not already following Core member, go ahead and give him a follow over on Twitter at Core member 123. And this is Force Goes to Gary doing the Napoleon Dynamite talent show dance. And Core member's really been killing it with these AI dances.
So what's this new AI technology called?
I really don't know. I gotta like talk to Core member, and I gotta talk to Grant just to figure out how I can do some of this stuff.
Instead of music videos, like what would be a scene from a movie? I think would be really good, just to try that out.
Rooster McCracken says Vigil. I've never heard of that, but there's a lot of applications that you could do that would be.
Because I've been thinking, I want to do as like a scene from American Psycho for some reason. I don't know why. Or Ryan Kendall will do something. It's like a scene from American Psycho. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of DJ Cumberbund.
Mm-mm.
He does these fantastic music mashups, but he actually put out a software that'll pull like vocals and instruments from some songs so you can make your own mashup out of them. Like I think the one he got first started with, he did "Staying Alive" to "Back in Black."
That's like Bill McClintock mashups, right?
Yeah.
I love Bill McClintock.
You ever get a chance to look up DJ Cumberbund? His are.
Oh, we got Core member in here. He says it's Vigil, and Vigil is on Discord. I'll have to check that out because
let me check it out now.
I have an AI thing that I want to do with Maz, and I think that this man is actually Maz's father. You familiar with Taco?
You said Japanese. Or...
He's not Japanese.
Oh, yeah, the Putting on the Ritz guy.
Yeah. So,
of course, to me, I always thought it was like, is he trying to be Tim Curry in the movie Clue?
I could never tell.
Tim Curry in the movie Clue. This is the butler.
Okay, and I see here. So we have another one here from Core member, and this is he says interesting AI site with actual results. Ignore the music. So I've muted the music, but you can definitely get some cool stuff done with this.
Yeah, I'm on the website. It's mostly Fortnite emotes and a little bit of scenes from the movies for Vigil.
Yeah. But you definitely could do some cool stuff with green screening and getting kind of more customized mimicry into video edits. And shit, I need to see that. So he says I did Mazda dancing with Sonichu today. Oh man,
I wish Kenzo was here mainly because it's 420, but just because Kenzo's not here.
Well,
Yeah.
he's in the shed.
He's probably more
plotting his revenge.
I actually was chatting with him yesterday, and we were talking art and animation, and his signal was we lost Oculus. I was gonna say, but he lost the signal. He's like, mate, out in the shed, I don't get the best signal.
He's probably more baked than a Hostess factory. I do miss those days, though.
No. As do I.
Accidentally pressed the wrong tab, so I'm back.
I didn't know if you were having the issues Kenzo was having yesterday.
Oh no! I accidentally pressed the wrong tab.
And this one comes from X-Ray Girl, another community topic saying, real BBC plushies have been released, and let's just say they're freaking adorable. Grab one or more. The more you buy, the larger the discount gets. And I see here, I saw Mark the Cyborg posted that they already have one in their home. What's that?
That's not creepy.
Did you all see like where Hasbro did that thing last year where you could get like your self-made tone action figure?
Is it like from Hasbro, right?
Yeah, they had the selfie series.
I kind of really don't like giving Hasbro my money, so
then go buy Legos. They're more better than crappy Hasbro or Mattel.
I don't know. They had the groomer on the top of that one.
I know all about giving Hasbro money.
Fuck that company.
I know, but they unfortunately make my favorite shit. So, I mean, who else is making the updated version of Silverbolt from Beast Wars? But I mean, really, Takara Tomy is the ones behind it. So, sometimes you just have to pick your battles, even if they're losing battles.
I'd rather just pay the extra and just import it directly from Japan.
The irony is, if you do that, you're still getting the Hasbro packaging, so you're just basically paying extra to get it shipped from Japan, because they now in all the packaging they have like 6 to 8 languages. So, yeah. Hey, my wife's in here saying I could buy myself a new car with how much money he gets from his paycheck.
That's why I'm glad I'm single.
Well, no. I enjoy the time. I enjoy having somebody to go see movies with and go on lunch dates with and that sort of stuff.
That's what I have kids for.
Fair enough. But I do enjoy my time with my wife. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and check out this one from 1-800-DANKY. I have talked to Danky, and he potentially might be a guest on with us in the near future. Nice. And we got a new animation from him. Have you guys seen this yet?
Not at the moment, no.
So this one is with Beardo. And yes, so yeah, Danky was one of the inspirations I had for getting back into drawings. I saw his Beardo and I was like, yeah, it'd be fun to draw Mazza and Lethal. So let's play. This is Fartgate, a Geeks and Gamers animation. So let's play 30 seconds of this.
And then we'll
Eric Guidewall for $10. Did Disney make this video? It looks like Star Wars Galactic Star. What the fuck? What was that?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That wasn't me.
Dude, y'all are fucking retarded, man.
Mike.
I'm gonna stop coming on this motherfucking show. If we have another one of these goddamn things, we're gonna blame me for fucking partying. Listen, that's straight up a soundboard.
Clearly, yeah.
Like, listen, even Rip is defending me.
The fuck, man.
Mike just fucking farted. Star Wars Galactic.
I think his Jeremy's the funniest.
The ears, yeah, it reminds me of
looks like a sad old Yoda.
Reminds me of a character from like the Dark Crystal for some reason. Just the ears alone.
Oculus. Stop it.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have Danky
like
animating
that
us.
stuff. Maybe. It'll be perfect.
And let's go into some meme threads. This one, did you guys see where Benny Johnson got robbed reporting on In-N-Out Burger?
I thought it was a stage. Well, not like a something, but more like a stage situation. Like
I don't
an
think it
example.
was.
No.
I don't think it was. Let me go ahead and we'll play this because I'm just going to play the end of it. And so Rox put this on as a meme thread. So I'm wondering if there's memes at the end of this. Again, I've been running errands all morning, so yeah. Like the long and short is,
Rob already closed In-N-Out Burger, which makes it even funnier.
Yeah, so this In-N-Out Burger closed because of robbings. Yeah, and of course Twitter being Twitter, I'm probably gonna get an ad. So yeah, he's talking about how.
What? Did you mute yourself? Hello? You mute
What's that?
yourself?
Well, you started talking, you just stopped right in the middle of the sentence. So
weird.
Left hanging there.
I was. I guess we're having StreamYard issues because. Let me try this again.
Try it again.
There we go. All right. So yeah, this is the only In-N-Out Burger that's closed. This is in Oakland.
Yeah. Always in California.
I don't know why it's not playing. Here, bear with
Is
me.
this on Chrome or?
No, I'm using Edge. Edge has the best compatibility with StreamYard. All right, let's try it one more time.
You mean that there's problems in California?
Yeah.
Inconceivable! Love the fast food franchise. They are wildly popular and expanding everywhere, except for in one location. Welcome to the only In-N-Out Burger that has ever closed. This is a historic location. You can see the iconic building.
Yeah. So, cut to the end. Benny walks back to his car, and this is the reaction. Of course, now Twitter's going to Twitter.
Yeah.
I thought it was X. I'm going to give it to you.
It's apparently not delivering, is what it's not doing.
Yeah, but we already know the reaction.
And of course, the URL is still Twitter, which is great.
This video, while we were filming this video, it'll be happening. It's 2:00 in the afternoon.
They left the kid's backpack at least. So yeah, then you see the inside. And here we go. There are memes in here.
Eventually, California will be a state prison.
Eventually.
A huge wall will cover the entire borders of California, and all the criminals can do whatever the hell they want.
And people are running wild with people are rightfully calling out how dystopian it is there, but really calling out. So this one here, Oakland, and that was fine with armed security. Janet Yellen survived and on her way to meet Xi Jinping at the airport. So, yeah.
Should expand In-N-Out burgers across the U.S. and not like severity.
I'm going to be a contrarian. I have tried In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
I wasn't either.
I found Whataburger far superior.
Yeah, I think Whataburger is the better place. And to be honest, I think even though it's expensive as all get out, I think Five Guys is really good too.
That's apparently what
I've
had.
Yeah. Though when we did the burger episode on Get Ranked, I don't think I was fair enough to Cookout. Because we went back to Cookout this past summer, and it was really good. It was really, really good. We ate there 3 times.
There's a great place in Tulsa called Burger Street. And their burgers are great, but their fries, they've got curly fries, but they're so curly, they're springs. Literally spring shaped.
Yeah.
They're so awesome.
Yeah. Static coming in saying In-N-Out is overrated as hell.
Thank you.
No. I like a good curly fry too. I used to love Arby's curly fries, and those went way downhill. Like they now like they don't make them crispy enough. Like to like what you're talking about, like when they're curly, they're fried just right. So they're like, they like snap back just because they're so crispy that it's either they're gonna break or they're gonna snap back.
Now, has anyone been at Chick-fil-A before?
Oh, many times.
Cloud
Wow.
has it, but
Yeah, class.
and his mom won't let him do anything. You're not
Is
eating
it-
that Jesus chicken.
Because every time I see a Chick-fil-A, there's always a long, like line of cars.
Yeah.
Like in the trying to get like the orders, which is kind of crazy.
It is God's chicken.
Like it's good, but the thing about Chick-fil-A is it's not like the greatest thing. It's just it's consistent. Like if you go to Chick-fil-A, I've only ever had bad Chick-fil-A once, and crazy enough, it was in Georgia. It was in Atlanta, which is like the home of Chick-fil-A. But it was, in fairness, it was the Atlanta airport Chick-fil-A. It was terrible.
I wouldn't eat anything at an airport. I'm sorry.
I just thought like, well, Chick-fil-A's reputation is that they're consistent. And, it was like, I was going to Seattle, and like I had a layover in Atlanta, and I was like, yeah, I guess Chick-fil-A should at least be, Chick-fil-A. And it was like, God damn, this is awful. What the hell happened? But I think that's the main reason, like why they're so popular is like, you're not going to get for the most part, you're not going to get a bad meal there.
I've never had a messed up order from them ever.
Yeah.
No, unless you're Ryan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, their service is always really good.
But he should record himself ordering because he. Oh God! So, Triss saying, "Oh fuck off! Whoever puts Triss and Mazza in stream elements, what?" I don't get that.
They got a little thing going on.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the intro for the full Aussie, and I don't know. Could be. Well, let's look at the FNT meme thread, if we will. Let's go ahead and see what went on there. So Mahler was the guest this week.
I unfortunately missed the show this week. I had a bunch of cleaning I had to do.
Let's see what we got. We're going to be talking about this Pokemon Go situation, but release the McCracken D-Day Cobra in the new Pokemon Go to the Polls upgrade. That actually looks like it could be him in the game. That's a really good shot there. From Mo Zamboni, we've got, dang, Vegas really changed, Ryan. We've got from core member, Star Wars Outhouse.
Roadhouse. More like a roadhouse situation.
Or like a rode hard and put away wet house.
Core member doing is that it protect each other and show them your ass with no mercy. Rebel Mooner. They're planning on making 6 of these now, or that's what Zack Snyder wants to do. He wants to make 6 Rebel Moons.
Maybe, yes, and each one of them will be 12 hours long.
That's just
Rebel Meow.
Yeah,
I think the nipples
have the nipples.
Yeah, that makes it awful.
And I thought the Dancing Sphinx one I did years ago was bad.
Core member way ahead of Christmas. Who the fuck keeps ordering these? I haven't gone through the meme thread, but we got this one from Joe, the Uber Geek.
Well, it's just a trailer. That's all.
So, releasing the Dragon. This new Warhammer sucks.
Can I speak to your Necron?
Yeah, we don't really have anything concrete, but I've been watching Endymion, and he's been talking about how there's rumors going around that Henry Cavill actually is threatening to leave in the event that they screw it up.
That's 4chan.
Oh, there it is.
What the hell is that?
It's the human toes and hands that makes this one so just disturbing.
Yeah.
Well, and the butt, but hey, True Pop, what's up?
Hey, True.
Hey, hello there, fellas.
Did you
Are you
decide to
outside
stay in America?
early?
Not quite. Just sorting things out. Turns out my sibling borrowed my laptop while I was away, so there's that. That kind of sucks, but I'm gonna get it back soon. Sorry, can't be on camera at the time, but yeah, I thought I'd pop in a little bit, you know.
Oh, good man. Glad to see you here. Going through the memes right now. We have this one from Alf. Found a game where Comics Division is represented. Then we get from Release the McGracken, that titty milk, LOL. Hey, but it's a keto friendly energy formula. Mauler getting ready to rip Fallouts to shreds. From Ree, we get Warhammer official. Everything's canon.
Even the Donald Trump one.
The God Emperor. From Quantra VR, personally, I'm a legend. Where boys cried, where men cried, where legends cried. I don't think any men cried when in Revenge of the Fallen. I'm sorry, though.
No, probably the original animated Transformers.
Yeah, they did in Transformers 86.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where a lot of kids cried.
Extra Zero, you don't know. Maybe the movie was that bad that, you know.
I saw that movie as an adult, and I cried when it was over. I was enamored that it was over. That was a movie that really cemented Optimus Prime as a murderer, because in the beginning of it, he's like they're in Shanghai, and he pulls his gun out. They like incapacitate Scavenger. Okay. And he like literally pulls his gun, points at his face, and he just goes, "Any last words?" And I was like, Optimus Prime doesn't murder.
What's the worst Michael Bay Transformer movie for you?
Last Night.
Last Night. Okay.
Yeah, I never seen that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the sequel with the racist robots.
Yeah, that was dark. Revenge of the Fallen has the racist robots that has skids and mud flap. And they have a very reduced role in Dark of the Moon. Age of Extinction is it's cringy, but it at least is I'll say this. I'll say Mark Wahlberg is a better human character than Shia LaBeouf. But it's not by much.
Oh, and what do you think of? Oh, keep going.
Oh well, we'll talk about Transformers 1.
Yeah, in a little bit with that G1.
Yeah, we'll talk about We'll go to Transformers 1 next, because I've got a lot to say. X-Ray Girl saying New Vegas has more bugs than Helldivers 2, the first Bethesda game.
I'm gonna play that soon, by the way, as well.
New
I've been meaning to try it out. Yeah,
I just got it in a bundle pack from Fanatical. Like they have like the add the mystery games, because I picked up the Stalker games, and they're like, hey, do you want to add 3 mystery games for $3? And I was like, sure. And I got New Vegas and that. It's like, oh hell yeah.
I got the Game of the Year edition on Epic Games. I know that site is horrible and stuff, but I got it for free, so I'm like, I'll take it. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it's free, who cares where it launches?
Exactly.
From Oculus, Rebel Moon Part 2 in a nutshell.
Rapplegoom by Zach Piker.
And yeah, we're getting to the end of these. We got the Dune babyface. Dune heels versus babyface.
Okay.
All right. Well, good stuff in there. I guess we'll talk Transformers 1. I guess I'm the resident Transformers guy on the panel. Oculus, you've seen the trailer. True Pop, have you seen it?
Yes. Right. I've got like one comment. Maybe you'll agree or disagree.
Yeah.
I think Chris Hemsworth as a young Optimus Prime is not a terrible choice. I think with the right scripts, he could probably pull it off. Everything else in this is absolute trash. The humor is just not humorless or way over the top. I don't know what they were thinking with Megatron's voice actor. He just sounds like a dude from the hood.
Yeah.
No, like I wish the humor was good at least, but it isn't. It just seems incredibly generic kids movie. You know, incredible.
Well, it's just for little kids. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Let me play like 10 seconds of it here so you can see.
Yeah,
But not the
just because
music,
if
not
it's
the
for
music.
kids doesn't mean it has to be shit.
long do
You know.
think we'll be here? I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. And this reminds me of the movie Robots with Ian McGregor. You remember that?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. Better movie than this.
But you weren't talking to me.
That movie was funny.
What I don't like either the casting for he's not Prime, he's Orion Pax, and he shouldn't be Megatron. I mean, he's not Megatron. In this, he's D16.
I
But
thought it was Megatronus because
Right.
I'm aware of. Have you heard of Transformers Prime, the animated show?
I love Transformers Prime, and
Yeah.
Transformers Prime borrowed some of the Dreamwave and the IDW ideas, where he was a gladiator prior to being he was a miner and a gladiator prior to being kind of a politician.
Yeah.
And Megatronus was supposed to be this cautionary tale of like he started out as a guy with good intentions, but it's a case of absolute power corrupting, and he develops this lust for power. And there's enough of a story just between Prime or Orion Pax and Megatronus, and them coming together and then having a shared ideals, and then the power stream corrupting Megatronus and him becoming Megatron, and his Decepticon uprising. I think that there's enough story there, and this bothers me because we have yet another Transformers movie where they're not Transformers. So I don't know if you noticed, they start off they start off as just regular robots, and they're getting the transformation cogs as kind of like a superhero ability.
Well,
is that in the law? Do
No. Transformers
get their No. Okay, so that's just something they pulled from their ass.
Yeah, that was something they pulled from their ass, and they I think it's because they're playing to the whole, we want to know why they're Transformers. Well, in the lore, they were just built by the Quintessence, and they always were a race of transforming beings. They were robotic beings that had the unique ability to transform. And
which they showed up in the trailer, right? The Quintessons.
Yeah, but this is an origin story, right?
Yeah.
So that's
I just think it's silly to introduce that when there's enough of a story about Orion Pax, and he's not Megatronus in this, he's D16. I think the only good casting choice from what I've heard is probably John Hamm and Scarlett Johansson. Everybody else is like they're pulling the Marvel stuff. Well, Chris Hemsworth is Orion Pax, but John Hamm is I believe Sentinel Prime. But with
Lawrence Fishburne.
Fishburne's Alpha Trion.
Oh.
What the hell? Wait, they're casting these guys and they're in a piece of shit like this. What?
I think that they're several years too late with this quippy Marvel humor. I think that they're also telling an origin that doesn't need to be told, the transformation cogs. It's going to take up the bulk of the story. I guarantee you that it's not going to be until like the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie that they actually start transforming into stuff.
Yeah.
And
here's what I would have done it. Start out with the origins, like how Megatron was a gladiator and Orion Pax is a politician. And then after the first one...
Well, Pax wasn't even a politician. He was a data clerk. He was like a librarian.
Well, yeah, that. But and then for the next two, adapt the games, which is the War and Fall of Cybertron. I know you played those games, right?
Oh, I love those games.
Adapt those two. And then you have a perfect trilogy. And I said my words.
Yeah. I think that, when you have that opening of the Bumblebee movie, that's what everybody wanted. Like, they just wanted Transformers. They wanted Transformers on Cybertron fighting. And again, there's plenty of stuff to show. Because imagine if they started off the movie showing Megatronus as this gladiator, and he's like transforming into like this mining vehicle and taking like a pickaxe off of him, and actually going and engaging and fighting that way, and like showing how they use their vehicles for work, and there's so much that they could do, but they're choosing this weird like superhero origin route. And hey, Raiken, welcome on man. We're just talking about the Transformers 1 trailer. Have you seen this yet? I think he might have froze.
No, he's still open.
Oh, he's muted.
He's muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
There you
I didn't want to start talking because I had the audio set to the wrong thing, and I just realized I was like, "Oh, it's gonna sound like crap if I start talking."
Oh, good man.
Like, my apologies. I forgot to set my alarm, and then I was like, woke up, saw like all the notifications, like, oh shit.
All good, man. Thank you for coming on in. So, have you seen this trailer yet?
No. What is this?
So this is for Transformers 1. So this is a
you're in for a treat.
Yeah, this is a purely animated Transformers movie. So, Chris Hemsworth is playing Orion Pax, and is it Brian? Is it Jeffrey Tyree?
I can't say.
He sounds like he's from Into the Spider-Verse cast or whatever.
Or Brian Tyree Henry. So he played Fastos in
no, fat ass. It's fat ass. Gay and black.
Yeah. He was also in Spider-Verse. He played Jefferson Davis, and he was actually one of the better parts of Godzilla X Kong. I did like his character Bernie in that.
Yeah, he wasn't bad in it. I don't know. He seems like he was trying to be the comedy relief in Godzilla versus Kong, but I was just like, eh.
Yeah. And I also really don't like how they like. I like Keegan-Michael Key, and I liked how he portrayed Toad in the Mario movie, but his Bumblebee in this, where he's B127, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that, but he's literally just Keegan-Michael Key.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron. We're gonna call you B.
Like that voice right there sounded like a better Megatron voice.
Yeah, I'm actually better with Brian Tyree Henry's voice than Hemsworth, because Hemsworth's Australian accent comes across quite a bit in some of the lines.
Tiny bit. He's more American.
Yeah. But again, this just definitely. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the art style, and I really don't like the fact that it's called Transformers 1, but there's no transforming.
So you watching this on the premiere front row seats, right? Zero?
This is going to be a skip for me.
Sail the high seas rather than paying in theaters.
And see, so this is where Alpha Trion gives them their transformation cogs, and it all has to be like a superhero thing. Which I also don't like the whole concept of some of them on Cybertron are just robots. Some of them are Transformers. Like I really don't like that.
I feel like they're gonna maybe at the end of the movie we're gonna have Peter Cullen's actual Optimus Prime show up, and Jim Cummings is Megatron. So
well, it's Jim Cummings isn't Megatron. It's actually Frank Welker. Yeah,
Frank Welker. Yeah, Frank Welker. Yeah,
they might. I think they'll probably relegate them to bit parts, because there's just a lot of people that are like, oh well, this is for a new generation of fans. And I get it, but you have to also have something that has like universal appeal,
Yeah, nothing about that just screams Transformers. Nothing about that screams like it's going to be like, it seems like it wants to be like a comedy. It also wants to be like action. It's just like, it doesn't seem like it's going to do any of them very well.
Yeah. And John Connor says Keegan's Benjamin Giron from Hunt for the Truth was fantastic, but Bumblebee's too much a well-established character to use him. But I agree. I mean, he should be a little bit more plucky, but not confident.
Yeah, he's too goofy. It needs to be like a person that's like just getting into like adventures, and it's like he wants to be the hero, but he's not quite the hero yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a wait. I do have Paramount Plus. I reckon this will probably be on Paramount Plus by the end of the year.
Likely, yes.
Did you hear that Sony might buy Paramount?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, Sony are considering to buy out Paramount in its entirety. Another
Really?
legacy
Yeah.
studio might get bought up. Yep.
Well, weren't they floating the idea of like WB buying Paramount or merging with Paramount?
That's out of the way. That's not happening.
Yeah. That's out of the picture. But Sony doing it, like, geez. Because Paramount was, I don't know how old they are, but they're definitely like,
they're one of the oldest studios.
Yeah,
they're up there.
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Which means we'll still never get a Star Trek 4. Not that I'm
No.
actually to it, but
Maybe Star Trek will be sold off to another company to buy it. So,
well, the problem is all the film rights are still with Paramount. The TV rights are with CBS. They've never been able to get those two together. It's like Spider-Man and Marvel.
and they can't get along to make
I
a
mean,
fourth movie.
I don't particularly want to see any more Star Trek just because they've not done a good job with it at all.
No.
Like the last thing that I watched that was like new Star Trek was just that third season of Picard, and that was it.
Yep.
And that was just. You watched what?
I did watch Lower Decks. It's actually not bad.
Is that the animated one?
Yeah, but the weirdest thing for me though is for 40 years they've said that the Star Trek the animated series is not canon. It's not canon. It's not canon. 40 years, but they kept putting stuff in Lower Decks from the animated series, so it has to be canon now. Because they've always said if it's on the show, it's canon.
Okay, so even Lower Decks is canon.
Yeah.
Jeez.
CJ, when you made the comparison of Star Trek with CBS and Paramount, that just reminded me of some Spider-Man news as well. Apparently, this is just a rumor, but Sam Raimi might direct the fourth Spider-Man movie. Now, not his Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen for that one.
He does want like Secret Wars or something like that. That's also a rumor.
I don't know.
So.
It's possible because Sam Raimi, even though he directed,
Mommy, Doctor Strange, Mommy. So
yeah, but he did direct that one sequence in Far From Home, the one with I'm sorry, not Far From Home, but No Way Home, when they're going through like the dimensions. Like he directed that sequence with Doctor Strange and the train and everything. So
really,
yeah. So I could see him. I could see him stepping in and doing that.
Interesting.
It would be interesting. I would like to see like a Spider-Man 4 get made.
Yeah.
I think that there's a good story that could be told, especially with an older Spider-Man, because that hasn't been done, in film.
Yeah, and if you want to bring back comic book movies like that are good, it's Spider-Man 4. Started off with that one.
Yeah, but do you want Toby Spider-Man?
No,
4
I want Toby.
Holland?
I would like to see a Toby Spider-Man 4 where Peter and MJ have kids, and he's like he's really just debating whether or not he wants to hang up the suit or not.
Yeah, so the Raimi Spider-Man, by the way, made a little more than 500,000 in 400 cinemas, all nearly sold out. And you have to also consider that the tickets weren't full price as well. And it's just that one screening.
They were like
Spider-Man
$7
Raimi
tickets?
film would make bank. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a market for it, man.
Well, and like the last Spider-Man movie with all the Spider-Mans, it kind of set up to where it was like, hey, there is something to tell about like an older Spider-Man. There's a story there, and people were I think everybody was interested in to see like, okay, where is Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and stuff. I would like to see that.
And not to mention that in that movie, like one of the central plot lines was that it reinvigorated both the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man's, Peter Parker's. It kind of gave them like their redemption arcs a little bit. Like he was like, the Toby one was feeling better about like where Norman and Octavius were, because again, that would both of those guys were kind of like his mentors before shit happened. And the Garfield one, he was able to save the MCU MJ, and it made him feel better about his failure with Gwen Stacy. So I think that they could pick both of those up.
Yeah, exactly. And with the Andrew Garfield one, it's like you can finally. It'd be good to like see him try to move on. Because like that'd be a good story to tell.
And meet his Mary Jane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Try to be a better Spider-Man and to move on from like his failures.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I have to get going.
All good, True Pop.
All right, it was good to chat with you guys for a bit. I'll see you guys later with camera on, hopefully.
Take care of that mermaid you picked up.
All right, see you guys.
Right on, man. So talking to Sony, have you guys seen this? One Punch Man live action movie is in development at Sony. Are you excited? Now,
no, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
The one thing about this too that Geeks and Gamers Post, as I mentioned, is who's attached to it, and unfortunately, it's Dan Harmon and some of the Rick and Morty writing staff are attached to this.
Why do these people keep getting jobs?
Blame the writer's strike for that part.
Yeah, I like what I've seen of One Punch Man, but I just there's that Rick and Morty problem, and I think the problem with this is like Rick and Morty is a series that doesn't know how to deal with an overpowered character, and they don't know how to make an overpowered character interesting, and that's like the whole plot line of One Punch Man is he's an overpowered character, and he's trying not to get bored with the his powers.
Well, not to mention like the two different comedies as far as like it goes. It's like this is a very Japanese oriented comedy with Japanese humor, and then the other one's a very American dry humor comedy. So it's like I don't think they're going to mix the two. I think they're just taking an IP and they're just going to write whatever story that they want to write and do whatever comedy they think is funny rather than what's true to the One Punch Man.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Again, put this on Netflix and not any other studio, because Netflix is somewhat the home of live action anime adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this would be better suited for a TV series, as well as instead of a live action movie. I don't know, and I think before the show, Oculus, you said it that that's the next thing that they're going to be doing instead of bringing through superheroes. It's going to be anime and video games.
Yes.
And then also in news of franchises getting weird adaptations, we were talking about Lower Decks. And I don't know how I feel about this. Like I'm a pretty big Sega fan. And CJ, I'm curious how you feel about this, because you kind of like Lower Decks. But Comedy Central is adapting Golden Axe into an animated series starring Matthew Rise and Danny Pudi.
Well, the only good thing about that is Golden Axe only had really 2 games, so there's not a whole lot of lore that they could screw up. But I'm not exactly sure how you turn a side-scrolling beat 'em up into a comedy series.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's not enough story there to really latch on to anything.
Yeah. I would like something more along the lines of like what Gennady Tartakovsky did with Primal. I think that would be really cool to see Golden Axe in. I don't know. I am kind of willing to give this a chance just because I like the idea of seeing Golden Axe stuff. Anything new Golden Axe.
I mean, they could always do a crossover with Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Go through a drive-through and say, Wizard needs food.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could also be like a thing where there are opportunities for humor in there, like when you're at the campfire and you have the little dwarf coming in and stealing your shit, you beat the shit out of him, and he starts dropping potions. Like, there's definitely opportunities to have like humor in it, but for it to be like a straight up comedy, I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
You
At
know.
this point, they're just like someone's walked into a video game store and seen stuff on the shelf and go, "Oh, we'll try that." Can we
Yeah.
get to that? Is it cheap enough?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I would love to see as an actual like animated series or something like that would be Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
That game actually had a fantastic story with a female protagonist.
Yeah.
Are they working on the sequel currently? It's been years.
They've been working on it for
a decade.
Yeah.
But Beyond Good and Evil would make a fantastic movie. It's got a very good storyline with a very likable female protagonist as the lead.
Yeah. For this, other than the Lower Decks showrunner Mike McMahon, it's got Joe Chandler, who's worked on American Dad. So I mean, American Dad did have the D. Did you ever see the D&D episode or not D&D, but it was the World of Warcraft episode of American Dad.
I never saw that one. I remember the South Park one. But I didn't see
Yeah, the South Park one I remembered.
The South Park one was good. They did one on American Dad where like Jeff and Haley break up and Jeff and Steve bond over playing this like WoW clone, and the animation in it was actually really well done, and it was funny. I mean, it was like the animation was good. There were cool battles, and then they broke it up with like little bits of humor. I just hope this isn't like one of those quip a minute shows. Like it's just like kind of an adventure comedy. Like, did you ever see that one movie that James Franco and Seth Rogen did called Your Highness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
when he fights the Minotaur and he's got the Minotaur's dick around his neck from
Yeah.
the movie.
Like, I think you could do something like that that's like in a fantasy world that takes itself seriously, but you have things like bits of ridiculousness, and it comes from like the characters being like blissfully unaware. But I don't know how I feel about it being a full-on comedy. And also seeing Release McCracken saying Comedy Central hasn't been very funny in a long time, and I agree.
No, South Park is the only thing that keeps it alive.
Well, see, that's the best part of humor is when you do it right. Like Naked Gun is a perfect example.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of horrifically ridiculous shit that goes on in that movie, but they play it so straight. That's when it's funny. When everyone starts acknowledging the ridiculousness, then you lose the humor. And that's the problem with modern writers. They don't know how to write straight characters in ridiculous situations.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely it's definitely like they're in this weird realm of like playing it safe, but they're playing it safe in the sense that they appeal to nobody. And Cell Shade actually has a good comment here. He says, I remember the original pitch for the Castlevania show was originally supposed to be a straight up comedy. That'd be so weird.
No, Castlevania he's fighting Dracula. It's a very serious topic. I mean, there's no real need for humor in that.
Yeah. Because that's kind of like what I'd want out of a Golden Axe, is seeing like what they did for the Castlevania series.
Not everything has to be a comedy.
Yeah, and you can have levity and stuff for sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, you got to break up, beats and everything, but yeah, just straight up comedies like that, I don't get the idea. Yeah. Oh wait, that's modern Hollywood. They don't know how to write shit.
We got some great news for our boy Kenzo, though.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah. So this comes from CBR, and this says, fans believe Taylor Swift just confirmed her MC role in Deadpool and Wolverine. And this comes from a quote. It says, Taylor Swift's new album is out, and it seems to include a reference to her potential Deadpool and Wolverine role. For months, rumors about her involvement in Deadpool and Wolverine have been only growing. The director Sean Levy and the lead star Ryan Reynolds dodging a straight answer. However, in the final song of the Tortured Poets Department called Clara Bow, Swift's full lyric is, quote, dazzling. So, I don't know.
I just give this a gigantic whoop-de shit.
We'll see. It don't matter anyways.
I think it's if it's a cameo as her as Dazzler, I really don't care, to be honest.
It's for the Swifties. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll jizz their pants when they see her on
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
We got a $2 super chat from Professor Savage Head saying, "What's down by your feet, extras?" I don't have any alerts whatsoever.
I'll try to help you out there. I got a fairly decent soundboard.
I need to work on setting up my soundboard. I have it. I don't have anything on there.
I do too. I've got my Stream Deck. Oh, it's green, but I need to get it customized. Static asking, do the Swifties carry it to $1 billion? I think that if she has a role that's a couple of minutes, they will probably be the repeat viewers for this.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Those Swiftie fans are diehard.
Yeah. And on top of that, we got what we call a toiler. So Captain America Captain America 4, The New World Order. We've got a look at the McDonald's toys. Have you guys seen this yet?
I've seen them.
I'm not going to watch the movie
I don't
anyway.
care.
Yeah. So potential toiler here, but it appears that they are indeed doing Red Hulk.
Yeah. They're going to do it with the Lego set that they're going to make that had the Red Hulk in it. So
is he just going to basically sound like this the whole movie? Oh, yeah. It says
that
angry, so,
well, that but deeper, way deeper.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says,
Because I think the female characters are going to put a Sabra, a Marvel character named Sabra. I think Diamondback, the pink-haired lady. I think she's a member of the Serpent Society. I think.
Yeah.
Like Diamondback or Songbird. Who knows?
So Professor Savage had coming in saying, "I meant what's that down by your feet?" I don't know what's down by my feet.
Yeah, balls.
Well, thank you, Professor Savage. Dad, we appreciate the support. But yeah, these aren't Funkos. These are just clip-on little bags. So yeah, this was originally on Reddit here. Interestingly, here, even though there's a thing in there with him saying, "Oh, I see," he was trying to get me to read it out so he could clip it for meme material. So yeah, we get Red Hulk, but he has no mustache, and because there's a big thing with Ross in there saying,
Well, judging by like the actual photo from the actual film, it looks like it didn't even have a mustache. So.
No. So I guess Ruth becoming the new Falcon in this as well.
Like the female one, that's Sabra.
Yeah.
Sabra. Yeah, we don't know what she looks like. I mean, in the original, kind of like the classic ones, I mean, she's literally like she has like the Star of David on there as her symbol. The classic comics. So let me pull up a picture of it quick.
Yeah.
They do look like crappy Funko Pops.
They do.
They really do.
But I guess like McDonald's kind of made this commitment to not doing plastic. So I guess that's probably the angle there is these are probably little fabric things. It's really hard to tell. They could be plastic. I can't tell, but they're basically just little clip-ons.
I didn't even know McDonald's committed to not doing plastic anymore.
Yeah, they were going to cut down. Believe it or not, McDonald's is the biggest toy manufacturer on the face of the earth.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go check in the private chat for this character.
So let's see here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she has like a really wacky costume, but I think they cut it out like a little bit just to make it too what's going on in the world today. So that's why they want to keep it away from that name.
Yeah, it would make sense, especially if they're calling her Ruth and then saying, "Oh yeah, now she's the Falcon." And it's unfortunate since there's a lot of anti-Semitism in the world right now that people would.
Yeah, and the pink, I think it's Songbird because I've been hearing a while back they're gonna put Songbird in this film.
Yeah, definitely be interesting to see what they plan. I've heard this movie's been like completely reshot and scrapped.
Well, it's a
the test
production
audience.
hell, anyways, and it's
Yeah.
probably going to have like a $300 million budget, and it'll be a bigger bomb than the Marvels.
That's going to be interesting to see if anything can top that. I think that they're going to get a little bit of a rebound with Deadpool and Wolverine.
A tiny bit, because I feel
yeah.
like when you do the box office projections, my guess will probably be around like say 85 to maybe 100 million, but or lower, depending on how it's perceived.
Yeah, I think it'll hit $1 billion.
No,
I really do, because it's a Deadpool movie. It's the only one coming out, and it's Hugh Jackman. I think it'll hit $1 billion.
I doubt it. I'll probably be 500 million. I'll bet money it's 500 or even 600 million. I'd put money on that.
We should have a pool going within the Legion just to see who's closest.
I bet it'll make 600 to 500. That's around my range.
Deadpool pool. Like I'm checked out of the MCU.
Same here.
I think a couple of years ago it would have made $1 billion, but because of all of like the MCU misses, I don't think it's going to hit $1 billion, even with Hugh Jackman in it.
Yeah, I also think too they've kind of conditioned their audiences a little bit. Like, you know, it is expensive going to the movies for a lot of people, and I think Disney's lost a bit of goodwill. I do also think that there is that factor that there's a lot of people that are like, well, why pay for it now and I could just see it in a few months on Disney Plus. And I think that's something that they're also going to have to contend with. But I do still think it's probably going to be their best performing movie since Guardians 3. I think it will do better than Guardians 3. I think it does have the potential to hit $1 billion, and I think it's really going to be reliant on word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I feel like James Gunn's going to have like a huge huge shoes to fill for his Superman, to see if superhero movies are still going to be good.
Yeah,
despite all the Marvel problems.
There's still a big market, I think, for like the established characters. Like I think with when you're talking like Superman, and that's why I think Deadpool and Wolverine has a chance, because I mean, you think about it, Wolverine is an established character. He's a legacy character, and the problem is you're getting stuff like Sam Wilson Cap. You're getting the Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel that old heads don't really care about. You're not even getting Tony Stark Iron Man. We're going to be getting Ironheart soon enough, and if we're lucky, a AI Tony Stark. So it's like one of those things where Deadpool and Wolverine is an opportunity to see those established characters. Superman is one of those established characters, and those are what the market wants. I think.
Yeah. But we'll see if superhero movies could live in another 3 years.
Yeah.
Or it'll be disappeared for another 20 years. No comic book movies at all.
I think that they'll continue on, but I think it'll be in a better state, because they'll have to get budgets under control, and they'll have to do smaller productions, and it'll ultimately revert back to being passionate people behind the helm. Because I mean, that's the whole reason why the MCU even really popped off like it did, is you had passionate people working on it. You had them respecting the source material and the franchises, and they were making they're making these movies for general audiences, and they weren't trying to make them fit into a box. I mean, with Ant-Man, that was a heist movie. Iron Man was this origin story, and it was this redemption story. It was an action movie. Then you had the Captain America movies, which were kind of like political thrillers. And now everything's kind of like, quippy, comedy-ish. The movies don't have any distinct identity.
Well, also like with those early MCU movies, it's like they had an overall idea of where everybody was going and where the end point was. With Endgame, they were all building up to that point, and they knew like they got to work within these parameters to build up to that point. Whereas like now it doesn't feel like they have an end goal in sight, so they're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and just seeing what sticks.
Yeah, and I think they saw Guardians of the Galaxy sticking, and they're like, let's make everything like a comedy, an action comedy.
Well, have you heard of the Blade rumors going on that they're just
Oh,
stripping
no.
down and just vampire killing? That's it.
So Blade's
Nothing
gonna
more.
do Blade shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
what we wanted from a Blade movie. A Blade doing
Yeah.
Blade.
So they're going to remove the whole his daughter replacing him in his first.
They're probably still going to do that a little bit, but I think it's just basically just him killing vampires. That's how it's reduced to.
Yeah.
That's all.
That would get butts and seats because that's all people want.
But we're not going to see it in what, another decade, and maybe
Yeah, right.
Ali will be leaving the role. And...
He'll probably be too old for it at that point.
Because,
So.
look, I think his casting was announced in 2019.
Yeah.
If this movie was released in 2029, it'll be a decade that he was announced. But I don't feel like he's not going to play that character anymore if it keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed.
Right.
Yeah. I actually think so. John says it took almost 25 years, but they're finally putting Jackman in an actual Wolverine costume. I think it's actually a repainted Deadpool costume that he's in.
Oh.
Do you guys see that?
No, I don't see that at all.
Yeah, like to me, it looks like a modified Deadpool costume that they repaint in the movie. Maybe I'm wrong, but
no,
especially since it has sleeves and everything.
Nah, well, it's just to hide his skin. Like he has like a skin cancer. Because I heard
Jackman
about
does?
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman skin cancer. That's how you probably cover up.
Well, it's probably he got those balls removed from his chin. Movie 43.
Yeah.
But to me, it just looks like the Deadpool costume painted yellow with shoulder pads. Like, and if the rumors about it not actually being Wolverine are true, man.
No, he's probably Wolverine.
Well, because the rumors I read early on is that it's going to subvert things, and it's him teaching Hugh Jackman how to be Wolverine.
No, I just don't see that at all. I just don't see
man.
it. Nah.
It is the year of our Lord 2024. Anything can happen.
Especially in the election year as well.
Yeah.
I almost wish writers would be like the goth kids in South Park. It's like, I'm so nonconformist, I'm not going to subvert expectations. Nothing on that reference?
Yeah.
You're the goth kids with the one where Butters was upset because he had been a tap dancer and killed someone.
He played, something in my pocket. And he kicked the shoe off, and
well, because he goes up to the goth kids and they're like, well, "We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that." And the one kid's like, "You know what? I'm so nonconformist. I am going to dance."
I think we're almost at the place in life where the Step It Up movies get rebooted.
Oh God.
Those were almost like Fast and the Furious for a minute, where they were like coming out with a new one every year. And the whole concept of just these dance offs.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of nonconformists, this is a good segue because The Escapist put out this article. You guys have heard about the Pokemon Go changes, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
So, does anybody still play Pokemon Go at all?
No.
Not really.
Yeah. I played quite a bit 2016, 2017. My wife played quite a bit, and then we kind of fell out of it. I haven't played it in years, and they recently redid all of the character models, I guess, to be more trans inclusive. And this comes from The Escapist. And this is funny because, to like what CJ said, no, trans inclusion doesn't make me want to start playing Pokemon Go again. And yes, Cloud does play it, and Cloud's complaining that they gave his character a bald spot.
Oh, that's not right.
Like poor Cloud's character now has like a hole in the back of his head. Let me see if I can.
Again, all the changes they've made just made me think of the scene from the movie Top Secret, where they're giving all these awards out, and they bring out the East German women's Olympic team. It's all a bunch of 6'4" jacked dudes in wigs and skirts. That's what it all looks like.
I just think it's silly. Like you have like it's funny. Like I've changed my stance on the path to hell being paved with good intentions. It's the path to hell being paved with the guise of good intentions. And the thing that's amusing me about this is that they managed to piss off the people they were pandering to. And that's what makes it the best. The Japanese audience isn't happy about this. There are threads, and it's been funny going through and like translating these. Here's an article from Geeks and Gamers that encapsulates a lot of it. Pokemon Go induces new, quote, update. Fans express outrage. We get Grums in here saying character creators in AAA games went from male, female to body type A and body type B. The next step from AAA studios I spoke with says even body types are being erased from upcoming games. Instead, you'll be presented with a random mix of male and female body parts, bodies, heads, and faces. And I'm starting to see that in games where, you know, I can't tell what's supposed to be which.
Nah, they're non-binary, probably.
No.
They just want all the faces to look kind of feminine, but also kind of masculine, so you can't just...
They're basically turning everyone into Pat.
Yes. And it's crazy to me, too, because, like, the whole idea of, quote, representation kind of flies out the window when people can't make something that actually looks like them. So it's like... I kind of think the greatest character creator of all time is Saints Row 2. Did you guys ever play that?
No,
I did not.
You could make whatever you wanted. You could make Lizzo with an 8-inch with an 8-foot dick if you wanted to.
How about breast sizes?
Right. You could adjust anything. And it's like, look, if you're gonna have a character creator, and again, like Pokemon Go doesn't need like, you know, like a dick slider, but or maybe it does. Who knows? Somebody will clip that. But you know, at least have the options. And Static saying that Cloud got savaged by Krayler and side scrollers. I missed that part. I was only able to catch the first hour. So, Static, if you could give me a timestamp on that, I'd love to see, because any chance I get to poke fun at my boy Cloud is a good day. So, and we got one more topic to touch on. I haven't seen this one, but this comes from Dan Mace, and this is I'll put the link in the thread here. But
CapCut is the best.
Did not mean to go back.
Which
damn YouTube is so this comes from Dan Mace, and this is him going in and talking about how he makes Mr. Beast videos. So this is pretty cool. Obviously, I probably can't play this because we'll get flagged, but I recommend checking out his channel, Dan Mace, and he goes through different ways that he goes through and makes Mr. Beast videos. This is like a full-on 2.5 hour long tutorial talking about creating the intro, creating an idea, whiteboarding it, creating a story, planning the shoot, making the music, doing the shoot, editing, reviewing the editing, color grading, sound mix, and packaging. So for anybody out there looking for a resource on making their videos, it's pretty cool that he's going through and providing all this information out there. You know, I guess, you know, I haven't been doing any video editing outside of doing memes. As I mentioned earlier, Kenzo and I are going to get into making some animations. But, you know, I'll bring it to you guys. When you guys are editing your videos, do you guys use or reference any resources, or are you just kind of winging it?
For me, I've been winging it for the most part. But if there's something specific I want to do, then I'll go look up, you know, how to do it on YouTube, or, you know, Google it or something like that. But it's usually only if it's an effect I want to learn how to do that I don't know how to do. So then I'll go look. But for the most part, I've just kind of been winging it myself.
Yeah, Raiken, how about you? I know you're mostly live streams too, right?
Yeah, I've been playing around with making videos. I just messing around a little bit with CapCut, but I haven't actually uploaded anything yet. So, like I've just been like, okay, if there's a thing I want to do, I'd just like kind of look up a video to see if I could find it and then try it out. But overall, I haven't like had a chance to really upload anything yet.
Mhm.
And like it takes me like just to do one little edit, it takes me forever just because like I'm a really slow learner when it comes to doing like I'm more of like a visual learner, so I have to like find somebody doing it the way I want something done, and then watch that over and over again until I'm like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, I think this is pretty cool in the sense that he's going through and showing this in a very visual sense. And let me pull this back up a little bit here again. I'm not going to play the audio because I don't want us to get flagged for this. But he's going through his entire whiteboarding process here, and explaining how to do it. Now, obviously, they're making very complex videos, so I think. I think really this is going to be more complex than what the average creator is going to go through. But I appreciate that he goes through and explains all the steps that he's got here, in story planning, going through talking budget. Let's get through. They're doing the shoot, talking through the process, and also talking about, how he's doing all the editing.
So this is basically how do you become Mr. Beast?
Yeah, I mean, I believe he is the editor for Mr. Beast, and this is really cool to give that kind of behind the scenes and sharing out how everything's done.
Mm-hmm. Well, even if you don't want to make videos exactly like Mr. Beast, there's probably plenty to take from this just to and apply it to your own videos too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah,
I've had a lot of fun learning DaVinci Resolve actually, because there's a lot of stuff that even the free version can do. That's just very impressive.
Is it like in line with like what CapCut can do for the free version?
I haven't used CapCut, so I couldn't tell you, but it's pretty close to having a full version of Adobe Premiere.
Nice.
It's the Fusion tab. There's just a ton of really cool effects you can do with the Fusion tab.
I didn't even know DaVinci had a free version. I'm gonna check that out.
I didn't know.
It's 18.6 now. Yeah, the free version, it's very robust. I've made all my videos with it.
With that, I guess that takes us to the meme thread. Are you guys ready to see what everybody's cooked up today?
Yay!
That's a bounce, actually.
Oh shit! Well, before you go, what do you got coming up that you want to shout out?
First thing, I'm going to share my screen here so you can thumbnail that I put it together. Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, I'm debuting the Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse soundtrack in the GoldenEye style. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on Thursday on the Forgotten One cast, I've got DJ Axis, Game Musician, TJ the Gamer, and Melee K coming on, and we're going to be ranking our top 5 JRPG soundtracks.
Hell yeah.
And of course, you can always find me on Mondays on Itepakuin's channel, the place to be reviews for his Monday Nitro show. Except I'm co-producing on that one. So yeah, I got a busy weekend and Monday coming up.
Tris, there's always the high seas.
Yeah.
And again, there's always the high seas. Though now with Windows 11, if you go that route, you actually have to go into your network settings, and if you have Windows 11, block inbound and outbound traffic from those applications, because they'll do their whole. Microsoft likes to work with Adobe now and narc you out and say you're using a unlicensed version.
That's why I haven't updated Photoshop past CS6.
Yeah. I have Photoshop 2023, and after I upgraded to 11, like a couple months in, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're using an unlicensed version." I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was going to go back to CS6, but I figured out if you just block inbound, outbound, you're good to go. You're golden. You just can't use any of the AI features, which I'm fine with. Yeah. There's plenty of other free AI apps that I can use to make backgrounds and stuff.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Raisin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Have a good one. Sorry for being late.
We'll have a fun weekend, and y'all enjoy.
Hell yeah, man.
Yep,
all right. Thanks for coming in. All right. And Triz, I can DM you. I can tell you. I can give you the link to what I'm using for Photoshop. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the memes. But before we do, we got to play into the meme break. So let me get everything prepped and ready to go. And also make sure that we have sound. All right, stop screen, present.
And I was rejoicing. Yeah. Hey.
Sure. There we go. All right, without further ado, here is our meme break. All right. So we have the meme thread, and let's see what awaits us today. Kicking things off, we've got this one from Skirmitar. We've got Maza maybe choosing Triss over Gal.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. She looks like Voldemort. Like a trans Voldemort.
That lighting is not kind.
Yeah. Man.
But that is a terrific Maza face right there.
Yeah.
Oh, from core member, we get this one. We get No Green Rocks as the Joker. Vigil didn't know what to do with the mask, so let's see what's going on here. Full stop. I like how he's like in a full-on gorilla body.
I was going to say that animated gorilla body over the Joker is pretty good.
So I also, as I'm drawing the full Aussie cast, I have to draw Rocks too, since he's been on. So I think I'm going to just make him. I think this is the body type he's going to have.
So at first I thought that was like a 2D rendering of it, but it's just like a textured over like the Joker. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and it's kind of like has that aha take on me vibe. Yeah. From Skirmitar, apparently I'm selling Maza on Putt-Putt.
I remember that when I was a little kid back in elementary school when I had Putt-Putt.
It came out in 1993. And yeah, these are games made. These are early childhood games. If you haven't seen the Putt-Putt streams, my God, you're missing out. You have an Australian man mad that he's playing these games
for preschoolers.
For preschoolers.
Oh man.
Oh, here we go. From Skirmitar, Cameron Diaz, Ashton Kutcher, looking very much like Jeremy and No Green Rocks. What happens in Vegas? Imagine if Derby had that hair.
I may or may not be able to confirm that that's what happened in Vegas.
Well, one good twerk led to another. From Triss, Cloud finally gave up on Blabs. I've given up on women since I met Maza.
Well, that's sad.
Oh, Lord. Triss saying, Maza and Putt-Putt go to the moon to meet their greatest foe. Audio is from Kenzo's Floss Dance video, so this should be safe. And he becomes Sonichu. Pokemon, no.
God.
And then Cloud turning it back on Triss. Look at the cute and fun-loving couple. Relationship goals right there. And then we get the birth of Maza. PSA, please do not pollute Australian beaches. Oh yeah, so there's some lore in here where Maza misread vagina as Vegemite.
Nice.
And I guess it's Skirmitar but Dermy's body. We get Skirmitar IRL. Kiss the vagina of my soul. And oh yeah, so here's the clip.
Maz, you came out of your mum's Vegemite as an STD. Maz, you came out of your mum's Vegemite.
Triss saying the stream today better not be about how he fucked up YouTubers or I'll lose it. So we get Kenzo here, the full Aussie dropping Chris channel lore. Everybody else gets a looking pain. So yeah, they introduced Raging Rhino and Mazza to the Christery today. So here, before the full Aussie Christian stream, after the full.
No, is it the Geno Samuel 101 about the?
So I was
Christian
out.
lore?
I was out running errands this morning. So after I'm done here, I'm gonna watch and see exactly what they did. Because I'm really curious. I did make a meme. So when we were walking around in the mall earlier, long and short is my wife and I take our dogs to we have a dog groomer from like where we used to live, and it's about 60 miles south of where we live now. But we trust her a lot with our dogs, so it's worth the trip. And then we just kind of go to our old stomping grounds and make it a day, go see a movie, get lunch. So while we were in the mall, I like quickly made a meme as I like to, and I did this one, and this is very much a if you know, you know. If you don't know, then consider yourself lucky, because there's nothing good in that cup.
Nope.
John knows. John unfortunately knows.
Oh, that's his cum. Yes.
Mixed with Fanta.
Oh man.
So I can only. Okay.
I really recommend you watching the Geno Samuel Christian.
Oh, I've watched them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
I've avoided watching a lot of those just because like I don't want my brain to rot.
It won't rot your brain. It just
No.
If you're ever feeling bad about where you are in life, it's like, man, at least I never endured any of that. Episode 10 is probably the roughest of them all. I'll say that.
Yes, he is one of the most broken men I've ever seen in history.
Yeah, John definitely, because he recycles.
It's true. Yeah, if they make if they do a biopic of Christian, which actor do you think will be a good Christian?
Oh man,
character? I go with Josh Gad.
I don't think it would be Josh Gad. I think it would have to be somebody that's like Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. Who's he?
Yeah.
From?
Yeah.
Like Shane Gillis, like he originally he's a comedian. I think he got kicked from SNL early on, and then he got brought back to host.
And now he's doing his own comedy show on Netflix.
Yeah. But he's got the look, and I really think he could do it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because like he has like that look where he like simultaneously looks young and old.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And he's really tall, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Chris is pretty tall himself.
Yeah, but like his legs are really like skinny, like super skinny, and he has this big like square body for some reason.
Well, they could just have him like stuff a pillow under his shirt. Like, so Chris is 5'10", and Chris Chan is 5'10", and Shane Gillis is 6 even. So he can do it. It's just a matter of him getting the voice down, and then also being like, yeah, can I?
He's pretty good with voices too, so I'm sure he can pull it off.
Yeah, that Appalachian accent, like, I don't know, I just did it.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
Get that damn thing off the internet.
Everybody at my command, take these videos.
Oh, they're the best.
Before we get out of here, I do want to play just a little bit of this Mazza playing putt-putt. So if you haven't subscribed to Gronk Squad, you definitely should. You absolutely should. I've helped out with some thumbnails. I've got some absolute doozies of thumbnails here. So let's share this out. So Gronk Squad, this is Lethal, Mazza, and Friends just streaming games. It's like an old Let's Play channel. And so here is the first putt-putt video. Mazza does some putt-putt. And we've got Cleveland Jr. Mazza and Pimp Lethal.
This autistic-looking game is called Putt Putt. Extra dumb cunt fucking gifted me this autistic shit. I don't even know how to turn down the fuck these music for this garbage piece of shit. Well, at least I won't have to add the music in there. For fuck's sake, I don't even know how to get this.
And we'll go to the last bit of this where he's incredibly
Thank
broken.
you, Putt Putt. And just like I promised, here's a 2 of coins.
Thanks.
The look of disgust.
I just want to know where the hell the wire came from on the pink car.
Probably in the back. I don't know.
Yeah, I like to think it's just his antenna.
Yeah.
And here's where he completed Putt Putt Week. This was a almost 4.5 hour long video where he played Balloon-A-Rama. And he got mad at me because Balloon-A-Rama ended up being like a 3.5 hour long game. But we'll cap it out just so you can see the absolute relief when he was done with Putt Putt Week.
Over.
I didn't spill a drop.
No, you didn't. Oh, please. Is this it? Are we done? Oh, it's all fucked. Look at it.
Putt, you're back. We were worried about you, little fella. I hope you're all right.
Is it done?
Oh, I'm just fine. I had quite a day.
Oh.
And the best part was I brought home a new friend.
That's the ice cream guy, right?
But he's been paying attention to the lore.
Yeah, that's the guy that gave me that slushy from the first game I played. Yeah.
You can't help but pay attention to what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
My torture's finally over. Putt Putt Week is done. I hate you all, especially you extra dumb. You're a piece of shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Release the McGregor saying that Putt Putt Through Time has some dirty, and yeah, they did slip some stuff into that. And yeah, John, he was legit happy to be done with that torture. But Space Marine 2, there's going to be a carrot dangling. So Maz, get ready. Get ready, because we got to make some conditions for getting you Space Marine 2.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that'll bring us to the end. Let's see what everybody's got going on this week. So, Raiken, thanks for coming on again, man. Anything coming out that you want to promote that you got going on?
As for right now, I don't have any like I said, I've been playing around with video editing. I just but I haven't dedicated filming to a specific topic yet. I'm trying to think of exactly what I want to do, because I want to once I do this, I'm going to really just stick to just doing that kind of thing, and I want to make sure that it's going to be something I'm going to enjoy. But right now, I've been just streaming games, because that Fallout TV show. Everybody's been wanting to play Fallout 76 because it's something all of us can play together. So a lot of us streamers have been doing that. But I've been having a lot of issues this week with just streaming, because I'd have streams, a bunch of streams crashing. Then my internet started acting up. So every couple hours, it would just go down. I'm like, well, this sucks. But I think I've got most of my issues resolved. So hopefully next week I'll be back and just streaming some video games.
Cool shit. And Oculus, how about you, dude?
Probably do more ideas next week to keep an eye on any news or any funny stuff for Friday Night Tights next week. So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter there. I'll probably do some ideas.
Awesome.
Brainstorm.
Cool. As for me, I'm going to be on the midweek hump on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to that. Just going back and chatting with Shags. I always like having conversations with him and crew. And I will be doing my show Figure Action on Thursday. It's my collecting podcast that I do with a bunch of friends of mine. We talk Transformers. We talk unlicensed figures. We talk industry news. We talk everything. So if you're into collecting or you just want to know what's going on in the world of action figures, check us out, Figure Action Podcast, every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern. And I'll be back here on Saturday. And looking forward to seeing everybody. I'll be memeing side scrollers throughout the week. And give me a follow over on Twitter. I just passed 700 followers on Twitter. I was very happy about that. And I think I might hit my goal of 1,000 followers before summertime. So yeah, if you like memes and you want to know what's going on with the Legion, give me a follow over there at Extra008. And with that, I think that'll wrap up today's show. So again, Raiken, thanks for coming on, man. And thanks to everybody that was able to make it today. I know we're a little light with, post Vegas and people being sick. So yeah, appreciate everybody that was able to hop on today. And with that, I'll play us out of here and we'll see you all next Saturday. Next Saturday, same time, same channels, right here on YouTube and Rumble. And with that, we'll see you all later.
See ya.